All right, wonderful. I want to welcome everybody to our webinar. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm Becky House. I will be your Stem Cell Nutrition webinar host, and we've got lots of information to cover with you. So I'm going to go through things really rapidly, and you'll see that that's kind of the way I am, kind of fast and furious through this. But I also have many videos that you're going to have an opportunity to be exposed to information with. We do have incredible information for you. Whether you're attending this webinar as a healthcare provider looking for the very best for your clients, or attending this as someone that is struggling with health challenges and trying to find the answer either for yourself or someone that you love, or if you are someone who is being proactive. Hey, and I commend you for that. You're looking for the very best way to maintain health, to live longer, stronger, and more vibrant lives. Wow, we've got great information for you here. So here's what's going to happen. We are going to cover information. I am going to disperse that information with videos for you. And then we're going to give you an opportunity to take advantage of what you have just learned. So let's go ahead and get started. And the best way to get started with our presentation to cover our disclaimer. Okay, all presentations and testimonials are for informational purposes only. Statements made are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Hey, I bet there are other people that are tuning in that believe as I do that we have a magnificent creator and that our bodies are very capable of healing themselves, our body very capable of healing itself when it is given the right stuff versus the wrong stuff, guys. So that's kind of the way that I look at what you're about to be exposed to. If we can just give the body what it needs, then it will be able to heal itself. And that's what we are talking about here, because I'm about to share with you what I call a game changer in nutritional supplementation. This is really cool. You are really going to like it, and it's really a very good thing for us to be able to take advantage of. And it is something that many are calling one of the advancements in nutrition and science, combining nutrition and science together, one of the greatest advancements in this century. So let's get started. And the way that I want to get started is I want to just kind of lay the foundation by playing for you a video. Now this is an ABC News clip with Diane Sawyer. Let's go there now.
Big medical news. Nearly 6 million Americans have heart failure. But today, the word we've longed to hear, a medical breakthrough that unleashes the power of our own stem cells, word that stem cells can reverse heart damage, even recreate a healthy heart. Here's ABC's health and medical editor, Dr. Richard Besser.
Yeah. A heart that can heal itself. A dream of medicine that may now be closer to reality. 2 years ago, Mike Jones' heart muscle was dying, damaged by a massive heart attack. He couldn't even climb a flight of stairs. Now,
I'll walk up 2 flights of stairs instead of taking the elevator. I can pitch with my grandkids, play ball with them.
Mike, 68 years old, was the first patient to receive a revolutionary treatment. Heart cells were removed from his body during bypass surgery. Then, in the lab, heart stem cells were grown. Remember, stem cells can develop into any kind of cell. These stem cells were injected back into his heart's blood supply, where they began to grow heart muscle. The study, done in part at University of Louisville, Kentucky, was small, just 16 patients, and was done just to see if the procedure was safe. The surprise? Not only was it safe, it worked.
It's remarkable that the very first time we test them, we are seeing such a dramatic effect.
Before the stem cell treatment, Mike's heart was barely able to contract and pump blood. A year later, you can see Mike's heart is leaner, more robust, pumping 40% more blood than before. And now it's up by 60%.
It'll be the biggest advance in cardiology in my lifetime.
If you think about it, how much more natural can it be for your body to heal itself? That's what's so beautiful about this. This thing is just so beautifully simple. The heart heals itself. It's nature's way of doing things.
Pumping 40% more. I have not heard you this excited in a long time, Rich. So tell me, Is this a real prospect that the nation's #1 killer could be cured?
I mean, this is really incredible. I read this and my jaw dropped. You watch him playing field hockey with his daughter. This is someone with heart failure. Patients with heart failure don't tend to improve very much. For so long, doctors have looked at how do you repair a broken heart, that damaged muscle, and this is taking us in that direction.
But
it's so exciting.
There are those caveats.
Yes, they have to do further studies. They have to do studies in many, many patients to see how many stem cells, how long, do they live longer. But this is really bringing hope in this area that was so dark for so long.
Great to see you smiling tonight.
It feels good.
For everyone.
Wow, I'm so happy for Mike. Isn't that great for Mike? Okay, now let's take this a step further. Let's think about some other things. We want to get started by talking about optimum health. What does it take to reach a goal of optimum health? And I know that everybody that's tuned in here wants that. We all want optimum health. Now, there are some things that we know that we're going to have to, some challenges that are out there that we're going to have to deal with in order to get to that point of optimum health and even to strive toward it. These are the things that we need to consider and work. And the first one that we'll talk about is cleansing the body. You guys know that our bodies are bombarded from the outside in and even on the inside with toxins. Toxicity is a huge problem that we deal with. And it's not just the fact that our air can be toxic, that our water that we're drinking and bathing in can be toxic. It's even the fact that if we live a stressful life, that can create toxicity in the body. And of course, there's foods that we eat that create toxicity in the body. So one thing that we have to do is try to work against that by keeping the body clean. All right, kind of along the same lines is the next thing that is a part, and a pillar, if you want to call it that, to optimum health, and that's to nourish the body. Give the body the right things that it needs. So we want to nourish at the cellular level, nourish correctly instead of incorrectly in order to gain optimum health. Now, third thing that we are all pretty much familiar with is that we need a strong immune system. We need to build our body up so that it can fight off that which would attack it. And I want to just give a quick, I live in Oklahoma, and we are dealing with right now West Nile virus. It's a terrible situation for people that have weak immune systems because they're being subjected to that virus, and we are even having people that are dying from it. And so if we can build our immune system up, that is going to put us upward in the ability to gain optimum health. Now here's a fourth dimension or component to optimum health that we're all aware of, I'm sure, and that's the physical needs of the body. So we're talking about sleep, we're talking about water, proper hydration, because we are 70% water. So we want to give the body good, clean water. And the other thing that we need in order to be at the very best as far as physically, the physical body, to gain optimum health is we got to exercise, guys. We got to get that body moving. That is very important. So I want you to look at these 4 pillars of health, and I want you to recognize that this is not new news. This is what we have known. As a matter of fact, I've been in the health and wellness area for the past 20 years, and I have been aware that these are the things that we have to work on in order to work toward optimum health, the very best health that we can get ourselves at. But here's the exciting part, and that's really what this webinar is about. The exciting part is there is a 5th pillar, and what that is renew and replenish. All right, let's look. What in the world are we talking about when we're talking about renewing and replenishing the body? Let's look at renew. Wow, did you know that your body is made of 73 trillion cells? And did you know that every cell renews itself every 5 to 7 years, except for the bone, which takes about 10 years? So it's exciting. Think about it. Now the renewal process can be greatly improved. Exciting news. We can be new and improved and defy the aging process, and that's what this webinar is about. So let's talk about replenishing. Young people, they repair from breaks, bruises, and fractures quickly. What happens to older people? What happened to Aunt Bessie when she fell and broke her hip? It can be quite traumatic, and it can take quite a long time for the bones to heal. For anything in the body, any upset in the body to repair itself, it takes time the older you are. That's because the younger you are, the higher levels of circulating stem cells you have. It's just a fact. And that is what we're talking about here, circulating stem cells. The more circulating cells go to work for faster repair. So the more you have, the faster you're going to repair. So you have more circulating stem cells when you're young, the faster you repair. So that would be the cause of that, the reason behind that. So circulating stem cells, they replenish damaged tissues and organs, whether this comes from disease or injury. So we're looking at all aspects of health in the human body. Let's talk about rejuvenation. Scientists have found that people with higher levels of stem cells in their bloodstream are healthier. So think about that. The higher the level of stem cells in the bloodstream, the healthier you are. And we know that one of the contributors to a high level of stem cells is youth. Okay, the younger you are. More stem cells are going to mean your body can rejuvenate at the cellular level. Now, we know that out in our world today, there are a lot of quick fixes. But really and truly, don't you want, when there's something wrong within the body, don't you want to repair that at the cellular level? Well, that's what our stem cells do. They repair at the cellular level. So this kind of cellular rejuvenation, it's going to have an effect on your entire body, on your hair, your skin, your eyes, organs, muscles, everything in the body. Rejuvenation is a good thing. So here's the good news. Groundbreaking research has discovered ways to empower the human body to increase production of its own stem cells. Wow. The human body has now, we've found the secret, kind of like unlocked the door to how to get the human body to increase the production of its own stem cells. Well, we saw in the video that you just watched, we saw how Mike did it. There's another way. If there's another way, do you agree with me that that is a game changer? Yes. The information that you're going to see, now I'm going to show a video, and it is of Dr. Reardon. He's the gentleman on the right, and he is going to share this groundbreaking news with you that I call the game changer in nutritional supplementation. Let's go to that video right now.
Please help me welcome to the stage Dr. Neil Reardon.
You know, when we were looking for a partner for our product, we looked at a lot of companies, and RBC Life had the integrity and the history that we were looking for, and and it was a natural fit for us. So anyway, I want to congratulate RBC on 20 great years. Normally I talk to scientific audiences, so you guys are firing me up. I'm going to talk about repair stem cells tonight. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of where we started and how we got to this point. You know, I'm really excited about stem cells, and all the doctors that we work with are also equally excited, because I think stem cells are going to allow doctors to treat patients for things that were in the past thought to be incurable. And I'm going to talk to you about some of those cases. And I'm certain that stem cell research will improve the health of people worldwide, and more importantly, will reduce healthcare costs. So I'm going to talk about repair stem cells. We hear about all the controversy over stem cells, embryonic stem cells in particular, fetal stem cells. And in both of those cases, you know, a life has to be taken. The cells that I'm going to talk about today are in our bodies. We all have stem cells. If you're sitting in that chair breathing, your stem cells are hard at work making sure that everything is repaired in your body. And I'm going to talk in particular about the bone marrow stem cells, and there are two types. One thing I want you to remember from this meeting, because you know I'm going to say a lot of things. I want you to remember the term EPC. It stands for endothelial precursor cell. EPC. Okay, and then there are other blood-forming cells, which are the CD34 and 133s. And then in our fat, we have a lot of stem cells. And as we age, as we get fatter, we deposit more and more stem cells into our fat. Also, at our clinic, we use umbilical cord stem cells from basically umbilical cord. Once the baby's born and it's tied off and the baby's separated, the umbilical cord and the placenta are going to be thrown away in the trash. So it's actually medical waste, and nobody's harmed. These are healthy babies that we get the donations from. So there's one case that I want to talk about that highlights, it's a medical first, and it highlights the joy that we get to see in our clinic almost every week of a patient getting better. And this is a medical first of a case of psoriatic arthritis. Everybody's probably heard of a psoriasis, right? And probably heard of rheumatoid arthritis. Well, this is both, right? It's a disease that has basically a severe psoriasis component and a severe rheumatoid arthritis component. And this is really a disease of the immune system. The immune system is attacking the hair, the skin, the joints, the fingernails. So we had a young lady come to our clinic, 28 years old, from Louisiana. She had lesions all over her body. Her mother described her as looking like a leper. Her hair was falling out in clumps. She just had a few clumps of hair left. Her fingernails were split beyond recognition. Her joints were all red, hot, and inflamed. She couldn't even move her left arm because of the involvement of the rheumatoid arthritis. So here's an example of plaques of psoriatic arthritis. That's on a leg. And there you can see fingernails in the hand. And there you can see toenails, and you can see the joints being swollen. Well, what we did, the stem cells in the fat are able to control the immune system. So what we did is we did a mini liposuction. A plastic surgeon did a mini liposuction, basically took about a pound of belly fat, and then that pound of belly fat was transported to our laboratory where it was digested, and the stem cells, the repair stem cells that were found in her fat were isolated, and then they were given back to her through her vein where they could control the immune system. She got 2 injections, and that was it. 10 months later, and we'd followed up with her on the phone all along. She said, well, I'm getting better, I'm getting better, I'm getting better. She finally came back for a follow-up, and when she walked in the door, she looked like a movie star. We had a hard time believing it was the same person. She had beautiful blonde hair down to her shoulders. All the redness and swelling in her joints was gone. Her fingernails had regrown. The only plaques she had from having horrible all over her body, I mean, she was holed up in her house for 2 years before treatment because she didn't want to be seen in public. She had 2 plaques on her chest, and she was so proud to walk around and show everybody where she'd been. So to me, that's the excitement, and we have cases like this one after another, and she was completely out of treatment options. So this is one of the things that really gets me excited about what we do on a daily basis. A lot of people ask me, how did you go from where you were to getting into stem cells? And my original career was in tumor immunology, and I worked in a cancer research laboratory, and we made cancer vaccines for cancer patients. And they were personalized cancer vaccines, so we made the vaccines out of their blood, their white blood cells that we would harvest from their veins. And the problem was we couldn't get enough cells. So then we started giving patients a medication that stimulates the release of stem cells from the bone marrow, and then we were able to harvest those stem cells, grow them up in the laboratory, and then convert them into a bigger, better vaccine. So that's how we got started. But the interesting thing we noted was that when we gave them the medication to stimulate the release of the stem cells, other things got better. People with knee problems, their knees got better. People with shoulder problems, their shoulders got better. We had a patient with a heart problem. The heart problem got better because the stem cells were released from the bone marrow and went to the areas where they were needed. So that's what really got me interested in stem cells for regenerative medicine. Why a nutritional supplement? Stem cells is only part of the story, because we can give somebody stem cells and they home to the area of damaged tissue. But that's only part of it. They don't do all the repair. What they do is they send out signals and say, hey, rest of the stem cells, come on down. Let's fix it, right? And so one of the biggest benefits is they're recruiting other stem cells, and those other stem cells are coming from the bloodstream. So if you don't have enough circulating stem cells, then you're not going to get near the benefit. And that's what we found. Some people have fantastic responses. Some people have, medium responses. Some people don't have any responses. We said, well, why is that? And then we started looking at the number of circulating stem cells, because they don't do any good if they're not available to do the repair. Our conclusion is the more circulating stem cells you have, the better the result in our clinic. So we wanted a supplement that we could give to our patients before they came to get their cells circulating, so when we inject the stem cells, they go to the damaged area, release the signals, there are more repair cells to go there and help fix the problem. And then we also wanted a supplement that we could send them home with, so that those cells are still there secreting the messages. We want more and more stem cells circulating to repair the damage. So we started researching, well, what helps nourish and stimulate the stem cells in the bone marrow? And we looked at a whole bunch of natural compounds. And it's interesting that the snacks out there today, there were blueberries, there were blackberries, there were, in back here, there was some green tea. And there are a lot of natural things. And if you look in nature, really, the most colorful things you can eat typically have the most benefit. The phytonutrients that are in them have the most benefit on the bone marrow and on protecting your stem cells, nourishing your stem cells, and stimulating your stem cells. So we looked at the literature, and then we individually tested all the different items that were candidates, all of them plant-based. We identified those candidates, and then we looked at different combinations. And the one thing that was surprising to us is that when we fermented those raw materials with the bacteria that's used to make sourdough bread sour, the effect went up about 5-fold. The effect of nourishing and stimulating the stem cells went up dramatically. And that's how we wound up with this product. Once we saw in the lab, well, we have this combination that really works great on stimulating the stem cells, let's see if it works in human beings. So we did clinical trials. And we found that this product profoundly nourished the stem cells in the bone marrow and significantly increased the number of circulating stem cells that are going to help our patients get better. So moving the stem cells from the bone marrow around the body where they would be available for repair. The name of this product comes from the Greek for movement or to move, which is chyne, and then of course stem for stem cells. So the product name is StemKine. So I'm going to bore you with some science. I'm going to look you in the eye and put you right to sleep. No, so I'm only going to talk about two different kinds of stem cells. One are the blood-forming stem cells, right? And they form the different blood cells in your body. And then the other ones are called EPCs, and what they do is maintain the vasculature. So these blood-forming cells, and they have fancy names because those are named for markers that are found on the cells so we can identify them. But they're meaningless, they're just a sequential number. They home to damaged tissue, right? When you break your leg, there's signals that are sent out to the bone marrow, say, hey, send us some help. So these things are mobilized from the bone marrow, and they go there, and they're the first responders, and then they send out secondary signals to recruit other stem cells to repair. In animal models, when you take a rat and you give them a stroke by clamping off one of the arteries going to the brain, if you inject some of these cells into the tail vein of the rat, they go right to the stroke, and they help repair the stroke. If you give a rat a heart attack, and then you inject the cells in the tail vein, they go right to the heart and help to repair the heart. If you tease up the liver or give them a chemical that damages their liver, give them the stem cells, they go right to the liver and help the liver. So they're very good at homing, they're very good at secreting factors that tell the rest of the body to come to the aid. Now, of course, if there aren't any circulating stem cells, what's going to happen? Not a lot, right? They're sending out the signal to nobody. They're screaming in the dark to an empty room. So EPCs, now these are the cells, they're also found in the bone marrow, they also home to damaged tissue, but their primary responsibility is to keep every blood vessel in your body nice, clean, and smooth. So without a balance, if you don't have a high enough level of these EPCs, you're going to be predisposed to every vascular disease you can think of, and the two major ones that kill more people than anybody else are heart attack and stroke. 1 out of 2.9 deaths in this country is from cardiovascular disease. This is a picture. Did anybody go see the body exhibit where the Chinese, they have all these people? Wasn't that fantastic? Well, this is actually, this is the trunk. The arms and the legs are missing, but this is the vasculature of a human being, where they injected into the vasculature some substance that sort of rubberized it, and then they digested the rest of the body away, and this is the vasculature. So your entire body is very dependent on the quality and quantity of the blood vessels that are supplying it. In health and disease, what is the correlation of EPCs with health and disease? Well, we talked about cardiovascular disease. There's a huge study that's been ongoing. It's called the Framingham study, where thousands and thousands of people are enrolled, and they look at risk factors. And the higher the risk factor you have, the higher chance you have of dying of a heart attack or a stroke or having one of those events. Okay? And this, in this study, which is in the New England Journal of Medicine, they measured the circulating levels of EPCs in patients, and they matched them up with their Framingham score. And guess what? The higher level the EPCs, the lower the score, the lower the risk they had for heart attack and stroke. And it was highly significant. And this was another study where they looked at patients who had Alzheimer's disease, and then people who did not have Alzheimer's disease. On the left, that's the number of levels going up and down, the green rectangle. On the left, those are people who don't have Alzheimer's disease. And on the right green square is people who do have, and they have a much lower level of circulating EPCs. Because these EPCs the vasculature is everywhere. I wish I had a picture of the brain and the vasculature. But in order to nourish the brain, you need these EPCs continuously circulating to repair the vasculature whenever there's a minor damage, which happens every day to everybody. And then on the right, you see this is the score, and the higher the score, the better they're doing. Okay? And so you see the line going up. So the people who are doing the poorest, they have the low level, the low score, and they have the lowest level of EPCs. So the better, even the Alzheimer's patients, the ones who are doing better are the ones that have higher circulating levels of EPCs. And this is a study with migraine headaches, and they took patients with migraines, and they took people with no migraines, and then they took people with migraines that are just standard migraines, and they took the more severe case of migraine where they have an aura, where there's bright flashing and stuff before they have the migraine. And so on the left, you'll see the EPCs are highest in people without migraines, and then the next bar over, they're significantly depressed, and those are people with migraines without the auras, and they're even more severely depressed than people who have the severe migraines. And this next slide is for all the guys in the room. This is erectile function. People with erectile dysfunction have a decreased level of EPCs. And if you categorize it by mild, it's people without erectile dysfunction, it would be 100. There's not a bar there. But people with mild erectile dysfunction have a decreased level of EPCs. With moderate, it's even worse. And severe, it's greatly depressed. And it makes sense because the vasculature, that goes to the penis, if there's not adequate vasculature, you're going to have erectile dysfunction. And not having enough EPCs can result in that. In summary, circulating CD34s and 133s, the blood-forming cells, are hugely important to health. They circulate throughout the body, and the more you have circulating, if you have an event, or even to prevent an event, the more that are circulating, the more repair that can go on, because they home to damaged tissue and they recruit more stem cells to the damaged area. And EPCs, I think we've adequately covered that. Again, they're very important for maintaining your vasculature, for cardiovascular support. So we have 2 published studies in the peer-reviewed literature on STEMKIND. The first one was a pilot study done on 6 people, and then the second was a bigger study done on 18 people, and this was the conclusion of the second study. To our knowledge, this is the first study demonstrating profound mobilization effect with possible clinical significance by a food supplement-based approach. And this was published about a year ago. Thank you. And so this is a table showing basically the summary of the results. And for EPCs, at the maximum, we achieved 100%. The subjects achieved 100% increase in their circulating EPCs. The CD133s, one of the blood-forming cells, 90% at 7 days. CD34 is 53% at 2 days, and the colony-forming cells, which is sort of a deeper kind of stem cell, achieved a 45% increase. All highly significant. This is a graph showing the EPCs going up over time. It's 0 time, day 1, day 2, day 7, and day 14.
Stem cell science takes a giant...
Now scientists are finding a new source for those stem cells.
Stem cell research is making major gains.
Stem cells are unlike any other kind of cell.
One of the most important innovations
Cell
in the
research
current
has the
mission.
potential to revolutionize medicine.
You've heard the buzz about stem cells. Many scientists see this research as the most exciting breakthrough in this century. Why the excitement? Stem cells act as a repair system for the body, creating the renewal and regeneration of cells. For those with injuries or debilitating disease, stem cells offer new hope. For those of us wanting to live healthy lives, our chances for a long and youthful life have dramatically increased. How can stem cells help? When you become injured or diseased, the injured tissues secrete enzymes to attract stem cells to the damaged areas. The injury may be as simple as a bruise or as serious as a brain concussion. Upon arrival, stem cells infiltrate the injured tissue and change into healthy cells of that tissue. They also release trophic factors that assist in healing. Many of these injuries are associated with the signs and symptoms of aging. Stem cells form the natural repair and renewal system for the body at the cellular level. Throughout your life, your bone marrow and other tissues produce billions of stem cells. When young, you produce a large number of stem cells. After age 25, the amount your body produces steadily declines. It's a fact. The older you are, the fewer stem cells you have for repair. Studies show the more stem cells you have, the more effective is your ability to repair injuries and reduce the intensity of some health challenges. In 2005, Dr. Neil Reardon, a world-renowned research scientist and stem cell pioneer, founded the Stem Cell Institute. His surgeons extract stem cells directly from the patient's bone marrow, culture and grow them to great numbers, and then inject them into the patient. They have treated over 900 patients. The surgical procedure requires significant cost, time, and travel, but the results have been amazing. To deliver the benefits of higher levels of stem cells to more people, Dr. Reardon studied the nutritional needs of bone marrow. He developed a formula with a special fermentation process to nourish bone marrow, enabling it to produce a greater number of stem cells to circulate through the body. This remarkable formula is not a drug. It is a dietary supplement. It is StemKine.
What StemKine can do for the masses is it can nutritionally support the bone marrow so that it produces more stem cells that results in younger levels of circulating stem cells in your bloodstream.
In collaboration with other scientists from major universities and research organizations, a 14-day human clinical pilot study was conducted. The subjects showed a 100% increase in stem cells over a period of 2 weeks. The study was reported in this peer-reviewed publication. Later, an 18-patient study was conducted in conjunction with the same group of scientists. The average circulating stem cells, known as CD133s, peaked with an increase of over 90% on day 7 during the 14-day study. And stem cells known as CD34s peaked at an increase of 53%. As soon as StemKine became available, Dr. Reardon began hearing exciting testimonials.
In the first couple of months, I lost about 35 pounds. One of the first things I noticed is that strength seemed to come quicker. I can do 5, 6, 7 wide grip pull-ups now, and I could never do anything like that before. I have more energy. I look forward to working out more. I seem to get more out of workouts. Sex drive, that I seem to have more desire, more stamina, and so my life is enjoyable in all facets.
3-4 weeks into the StemKine, it's totally, I can throw like I was 20 again. It also improved my ankles when I run. I can tell a difference there from the impact. The next morning my ankles don't hurt like they used to. If you want to stay healthy, you have to stay active. And in order to stay active, you have to make an investment, and I think StemKine is a really good investment for your health. I'll be 51 in 3 weeks, and I feel 25.
Now I can wear heels every day, never have a problem. Go home and can walk, can run, can play with the kids. It's great.
I'm excited about our new product, StemKine. It is by far, hands down, the product to take. If I didn't take any of the other products, I would want to take this one product. It has made me feel stronger, healthier.
It just keeps me from getting as tired and keeps me from being as sleepy. It's like I have an endurance with it.
Yeah, I've been taking StemKine for 6 months. I noticed my blood sugars are more level all day. I'm more focused. It keeps me calmer. With my diabetes, though, I realized when my blood sugar goes low, my golf game is nowhere to be found. It's probably shaved at least 10 strokes off my game just from me focusing.
I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, and especially in my hips. And after I started taking the StemKine, within 2 or 3 weeks, I noticed that the pain was going away. And
I've always struggled with my weight, even though I've known what to eat and the vitamins to take. And we recently started a program at Time. I've lost right at 75 pounds. On StemKine, what my understanding is it helps go in and take the stem cells and release it from the visceral fat. Visceral fat, whenever you have it, it causes the stem cells to actually just kind of be collected, captured in the fat. So with the StemKine and other things that I've done, it helps eliminate that fat, which takes the stem cells out for the body to do the rest of the things it needs to do to keep building your body and making it better.
I've always had kind of long nails, but they would just break off when they reached a certain point, and now I have to file them. I used to file them when they broke. Now I file them because they're too long.
So anybody over 30, I would recommend you take StemKine as a daily supplement, because our bodies are older and not producing as many stem cells.
To keep your circulating levels of stem cells at a youthful level, then don't smoke, eat your vegetables, go out and exercise every day. And now science is telling us that StemKine can be added to the equation and to help support a healthy level of circulating stem cells.
Dr. Reardon wanted to make StemKine available to millions of people. He licensed marketing rights to RBC Life and its thousands of associates. If you are concerned about your health and interested in improving your opportunity for a healthier life, try StemKine. It is truly the product of the century.
My gosh, that was a lot of information. But I think that video is put together so well. But let's go ahead and let's hit some highlights about what you heard on the video. Maybe for some of you it'll help put the pieces together. Let's cover what are the stem cells. And I want to point out, we're not talking about controversial stem cells. There seems to be this image out there when we're talking about stem cells as something that, oh no, that's not something that, it's controversial. I mean, we know that, guys. We know that in the past that has been controversial. But even with Dr. Reardon's work that he does in his clinic, we're not talking about controversial stem cells. So that's very important, and we want to make sure everybody understands that. What we're talking about is your own adult stem cells that are released every day of your life in your body. As Dr. Reardon said, if you're breathing, you are putting off stem cells. Just some a lot more than others, right? These stem cells serve to repair or replace old cells. Important job with these stem cells have. Okay, I want to hit this really quickly, and here's what our point is with this slide. We want you to recognize that there is a source, and it is a journal, scientific journal, that is supporting the fact that following a stroke, individuals with a higher content of circulating stem cells recover better than individuals with fewer circulating stem cells. This is science. This has been researched. Smoking. Okay, news for smokers. Smokers have impaired, that means not as many, circulating stem cells, which increase with cessation and decrease with resumption of smoking. Guys, if you're smoking, stop it. Look at the difference right here. Maybe this is one reason why smokers are not considered as healthy as non-smokers. I'm an insurance agent. I sell life insurance at times. And I'll tell you, a smoker is going to pay twice as much for their life insurance as a non-smoker. Perhaps this here is one of the reasons, because smokers just don't have as many stem cells at work for them. Okay, vascular health. Circulating stem cells correlate with vascular health and cardiac risk factors. In other words, they can tell that there is a correlation between a lower number of stem cells and a higher cardiac risk, or a higher number of stem cells, lower cardiac risk. Injured tissue mobilize or calls in stem cells, as Dr. Reardon talked in the video. Now, this again is just letting you know that we have journals here that document this. This is not RBC Life saying this, and it's not Dr. Reardon saying this. These are scientific journals that say that cardiac regeneration is better with a higher number of circulating stem cells. Alzheimer's. People that have Alzheimer's in a severe way are people that have less circulating stem cells. It's measurable. Migraine headaches. People that have true migraine headaches, they have less circulating stem cells. And it's the same way with erectile dysfunction. There is a correlation. Let's look at the science here. And this is really incredible because, again, I want you to recognize that we're talking about science and nutrition joining forces here. It's a combined science and nutrition. StemKine has been developed by leading stem cell researchers who have collectively published over 100 articles in peer-reviewed journals and who have been involved in administering adult stem cell therapies to over 800 patients. The universities that were involved in the research here: Indiana University, the University of California, and the University of Utah. StemKine nourishes bone marrow, supporting it to produce a greater number of stem cells to circulate throughout the body. The process that goes into sourdough bread. Well, the StemKine product, the ingredients, it's a proprietary food supplement, and it is produced by that fermentation of a combination of green tea, astragalus, goji berry extracts, with food-derived lactobacillus fermentum together with ellagic acid, beta-1,3 glucan, and vitamin D3. And the vitamin D carries the nutrients to the cellular level. Now, 2 human trials published in peer-reviewed journals. 2 things I want to point out very quickly. First of all, very few nutritional supplements ever have a clinical trial done on them. And second of all, very few clinical trials ever get published in scientific journals. So this is really, really phenomenal. This really sets this product apart, folks, from other products that you might think are similar. Let's talk about its effectiveness. Here, this isn't, again, RBC Life saying this. This isn't Dr. Reardon saying this. This is actually one of the conclusions from one of the scientific journals. To our knowledge, this is the first study demonstrating profound mobilization effects with possible clinical significance by a food supplement-based approach. Guys, it's really huge that a scientific journal would use that word profound in there. So let's look. If you look at high stem cell levels, this is what you see people that have high stem cell levels having. The ability to repair more quickly from sports injuries or surgery. Increased mobility. Faster hair and nail growth. You heard that on the video. A healthy complexion. An increase in energy. A general sense of well-being. Because I am a representative for RBC Life and I have shared the StemKine product with people, I want to tell you that I hear people reporting these results with taking this product. I hear it over and over again. And again, when you give the body what it needs to be properly nourished, the body is capable of lots of energy, lots of mobility. All of a sudden, where your shoulder was frozen at mid-level and raising your arm, now you can lift your arm all the way up and point your hand toward the ceiling. All of this stuff is possible when the body gets what it needs nourishment-wise. And apparently, the stem cells, gets the stem cells moving, circulating, increasing. Here's the thing. Right now, guys, I've got the Buy Now button that has just come up because I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and take advantage of our StemKine product because it is It is a game changer, and it is something that I hope everybody, whatever brought you to this webinar, I hope you take advantage of it, because I believe that it will be to your advantage to have that product. But we at RBC Life, we know that there are a lot of things that go into that optimum health situation that we're all wanting to achieve. And truly, just bringing about more stem cells that's not the whole complete picture, because what we want to do is we want to not just fertilize the bone marrow to produce more stem cells, which is what our StemKine product does, but we want to protect the stem cells from free radicals and disease pathogens, and we want to create that healthy alkaline environment so that the stem cells they'll be strong and vibrant and be able to go to work and not have any inhibitions as they do what God intended for them to do. And we also want to look at supporting our immune system to defend against future damage. So what we're talking about is providing the nourishment that every one of the 73 trillion cells need. And the way we are suggesting that we do this, oops, I forgot about this one slide. Let's cover this also. You may have more stem cells, but what's going to keep those cells healthy? What's going to protect those cells? What's going to maintain what the stem's done? Now, this is how we at RBC Life, we are so proud of the combination of products that we have that we call our Core 4 Plus Greens, because these 4 products, I'll tell you, just like StemKine could stand on its own and be very effective, every one of these products that you're looking at right here has the ability on its own to be a very effective product. But when you take and put all 4 together, you have such a powerful combination that takes care. Remember those pillars of health that we were talking about? They take advantage of every component that is necessary for optimum health. And so I'm going to cover that with you now. We've talked about the StemKine product. Let's go a little bit further and let's talk about that cleansing the body. And the problem with the body needing to be cleansed is that we are attacked, bombarded by free radicals every day. Now, for anyone that has maybe heard the phrase free radicals and maybe heard the phrase antioxidants, let's just real quickly help you to understand what the situation is. There are unstable compounds that have lost electrons that damage our health as they steal electrons from vital cells. This is going on within the body. So all of the toxins that I mentioned right at the beginning, what they're doing is they're coming into the body and saying, hey, I need an electron. And what are they doing? They're jerking it away from our cells, our healthy cells. And what's happening? That causes the cell to have interference in its ability to function normally. It's no longer able to function normally. By stealing electrons, free radicals leave cells weak, unable to reproduce. And here's what happens, folks. Skin wrinkles, organs fail to function as before, tissues age faster, and may even turn malignant. It's not a good situation. It's not what anyone that has tuned into this webinar wants to see in their body or in the body of anyone that they love. Let's talk about RBC's product that's primary focus is to be this incredible antioxidant. And the way I want to get started is I want to go ahead and plug in a video right now that demonstrates the power of microhydrin. Saw in the video that you just watched, we saw how Mike did it. There's another way. If there's another way, do you agree with me that that is a game changer? Yes. The information that you're going to see, now I'm going to show a video, and it is of Dr. Reardon. He's the gentleman on the right, and he is going to share this groundbreaking news with you that I call the game changer in nutritional supplementation. Let's go to that video right now.
Anyone who's ever left a bicycle out in the rain knows about rust. Well, I'm told it's actually called oxidation. Dr. Carolyn Morocco is here today to explain this process, but more importantly, help us to understand how antioxidants can be used to minimize the detrimental effects of oxidation. Welcome to the show, Dr. Morocco.
It's good to be here.
So, what exactly is oxidation and how can we avoid it?
Well, oxidation happens naturally. When it attacks metals, we call it rust. When it occurs in food, we call it rot or decay. In our bodies, oxidation happens as we create energy, but it does have byproducts, most notably damaging free radicals.
Free radicals are a part of the oxidation process?
Yes. Generally, molecules have an equal number of electrons and are balanced. But if one of those electrons is lost through oxidation, then it becomes unbalanced and starts stealing from healthy cells to replace the missing electron. This creates free radicals, which can lead to cell and tissue damage. And free radicals are everywhere. That's why powerful antioxidants like RBC Life Sciences microhydrin are so important for good health.
And antioxidants can be used to help reduce this damage caused by oxidation?
More than just reduce it. I'm going to show you how it can stop and even reverse the process. Fresh fruit, like this apple, is made up of living cells. And we all know what happens when a half-eaten apple is left out in the open air. So I've prepared 3 plates, each with an equal portion of shredded apple. I've left 2 plates at the mercy of Mother Nature. But for the other plate, I added RBC's microhydrin to the mix.
But didn't you say that oxidation is a normal part of the aging process?
In general, that's true. But today, our bodies are bombarded with so many external toxic influences like pollution, drugs, the chemicals in processed foods. And the damage caused by free radicals is frequently accelerated to the point that fatigue and even life-threatening disease are often the result. Even exercise can speed up the creation of free radicals, increasing the possibility of cellular injury.
Well, those last 2 plates are certainly in pretty bad shape, but the first plate with the microhydrin still looks fresh.
Now watch what happens when I put some microhydrin on the second plate. Even though the natural deterioration process has already begun on the apple on this plate, microhydrin's antioxidant power will stop the deterioration.
So microhydrin can actually stop the damage midstream?
More than just stop it. Given time to work, it actually reverses the negative effects of exposure, returning the apple to its original golden yellow appearance.
That's incredible. The apple on the first plate hasn't deteriorated, and the apple on the second plate looks almost as good as the first.
The third plate, however,
is not looking so good.
The apple demonstration has shown us the power of antioxidants. Microhydrin takes it even further by providing you with increased energy, endurance, and recovery. If microhydrin can have such a fast, dramatic impact on this apple, just think what it can do for you.
Dr. Morocco, thanks so much for sharing this amazing demonstration.
It's my pleasure.
Here's wishing you a longer, healthier life. See you on the next episode of Health Watch.
Okay, now those girls had fun showing you and me the power of microhydrin, and I love that apple test. Here's the fact. Microhydrin is 10.5 on the pH scale. Now, some of you will know about pH in the body, and that some of you are familiar with the fact that most people in America are way too acidic on the pH scale. So microhydrin is giving your body the ability to overcome that state of acidosis. And I want to show you right here. This is actually blood from a prick that took place at our RBC Life offices. And the lady that allowed her blood to be taken, they put it under the microscope and they looked at it. And if you look here, you can see that the blood seems to be pretty much stuck together, like it's kind of sticky. And so what they did was they had her take a couple of capsules of microhydrin and with a full glass of water, which is the way you always want to take this product, with a full glass of good and clean water. And that's what this young lady did. And 30 minutes later, are you ready to be impressed? I was very impressed when I saw this. 30 minutes later, they pricked her finger, took her blood again, put it under the microscope, and here's the difference. The blood on the right-hand side after is very alkaline, it's free-flowing blood, and that is with the microhydrin product. So not only does it do an apple good, look what it does for the blood, the human blood, our blood. Now, I want to go to our next product that is one of our core four, and this is actually a functional beverage, but it is really, really impressive. So I'm going to give you some good news through the video, and then I'm going to give you even better news after the video. So let's go to that video right now.
Well, the brochure says Oliviva is anti-aging from the inside out, has a superb antioxidant value, supports heart health, inhibits oxidation, helps maintain normal blood pressure, and enhances mental clarity and focus. That sounds like something that I need to know more about. What is this new nutritional juice that provides all these wonderful benefits? We're going to find out today on Health Watch. Hi, I'm Ellen Losey, and with us today is nutritionist Dr. Carolyn Morocco to tell us all about this exciting new product. Dr. Morocco, welcome.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Now, is Oliviva as good as it sounds?
Surprisingly, it may even be better.
No way.
This nutritional juice has 7 of history's most trusted botanicals in one drink.
Well, I love the bottle design.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's what's inside that's so impressive. The key ingredient in this nutritional powerhouse is a fresh olive leaf complex, which has up to 600% higher ORAC value than many other nutritional juices.
That's impressive. Remind me, what is ORAC?
ORAC is a way of comparing the antioxidant content of different foods or nutritional supplements. It's a big buzzword right now.
And why is that?
You know about free radicals and how they damage the body's cells and lead to a host of negative issues, right?
Yes, you taught me that. And antioxidants neutralize free radicals. That's why I continue to take my microhydrin every day.
You're learning.
I am.
Good nutrition is not that difficult once you know the few basics.
You know, I'm beginning to see that.
Just add an ounce of Oliviva every morning and you will maintain heart health, immunity, and your mental focus will be so good you can do that crossword puzzle in half the time.
Instead of the 3 days it usually takes me.
That's right. Now, did you know that if you drink 1 ounce of Oliviva, you will get the antioxidant power of 6 servings of fruits and vegetables?
I like it. So if I take Oliviva, can I skip eating my vegetables?
Oliviva is powerful, but you still need to eat your veggies and take your microhydrin in addition to your Oliviva.
All right.
We need all the antioxidant protection we can get in today's fast-paced, highly polluted, stress-heightened, empty-calorie world.
Well, I understand that there is an Oliviva video.
There is. Let's watch.
All right.
It's not the prettiest tree, but if you were 4,800 years old, you'd have some wrinkles too. Now imagine that. This olive tree is actually 4,800 years old and still growing. Oh, the stories it could tell. Historians tell us when this tree was a young sprout, there was a magnitude 7 earthquake. A large asteroid or comet splashed into the Indian Ocean, and the Earth experienced a 400-year drought. Yet, this tree survived. This tree was already 2,500 years old when the Romans invaded the island of Sardinia. This tree lived on. It survived and witnessed the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. What gives the olive tree its longevity? No one knows for sure. What we do know is that the olive tree is very long-lived. It can survive disease, pests, drought, neglect, extreme temperatures, even being cut down. It survives conditions that most plants can't. Obviously, there is something totally unique about the olive tree. Researchers have begun to believe the secrets are hidden in the properties of the olive leaf. They found that the olive leaf provides powerful support for the immune system, is an incredibly strong antioxidant, boosts energy and promotes a greater sense of well-being, aids in the control of healthy cholesterol levels, enhances mental clarity and focus, and has incredible health-promoting properties. Now, those health benefits are available in Olive Viva, an antioxidant supplement from nature's tree of longevity. Olive Viva is made from fresh olive leaves, harvested in the early morning, and processed within hours to retain the natural profile of active polyphenols and phytonutrients. No storage, no drying, just fresh, alive leaves. The olive leaf extract is then synergistically blended with other powerful ingredients known for their health-promoting properties. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones to make an ounce a day of Olive Viva a part of your daily morning routine to help you fight free radical damage, support your immunity, achieve greater mental clarity, enhance your energy, and help you achieve the radiant health you desire. Life is good. Live healthy with Olive Viva.
I'm impressed. I don't know that I want to live to be 4,800 years old, but I do want to live longer and healthier with more energy. Have you tried it?
Of course I have. In their pilot test group, they found that 80% of the participants had increased energy, 70% enjoyed a greater sense of well-being, 60% had enhanced mental clarity, stronger immunity, and a feeling of reduced stress.
Impressive.
One of our early testers said that for about 16 years, she had experienced a lot of discomfort in her wrists, hands, neck, shoulders, and back. She started taking Olive Viva, and in less than a week, she felt a big difference. She told me she had so much energy with Olive Viva, she felt like she needed to give some away.
So it does seem possible that we can live longer, healthier, more energetic lives.
The benefits from Olive Viva do increase the promise of longevity. It is anti-aging from the inside out. It has superb antioxidant value. It supports heart health, inhibits oxidation, delaying its potentially destructive effects, helps maintain healthy blood pressure, and enhances mental clarity, focus, and a sense of well-being.
Well, I want to try it.
This is a very powerful antioxidant drink that I give my highest recommendation to.
It's okay for me to try this, right?
Absolutely.
I love it when you visit Health Watch. So here's wishing you a longer and healthier life. See you next time. Cheers.
Wow, again, another incredible product of RBC Life that is a standalone product, but when you add it in with these other core 4 products, when you add it in, it is just, it's phenomenal what we're seeing people experience, the benefits people are getting by putting these products all together. Let's hit the highlights with Olive Viva, and I promised you something even more exciting than the video. A part of Olive Viva is aloe vera. You're going to hear in just a little bit more about RBC Life and aloe vera. It's kind of the main product that our company got started with 20-something years ago, and this product has not only the incredible aloe vera, but it has the fresh olive leaf, and of course you've been exposed to that. It has Arctic root and pomegranate, green tea, dark cherry juice, which by the way is very good, recognized and known through research to be a very, very good way to deal with gout. So we know that this product here, a lot of people that have that condition receive great benefits with the Olive Viva product. It also has Kona red berry in it. Now, some of you are familiar with Kona coffee. It comes from Hawaii, and I guess it's like got something to do with the lava that's there on the Big Island. But this berry, what is used, the Kona red berry, is actually that outside meat that surrounds the coffee bean, and it is very, very high in antioxidants. So it has a very, very high antioxidant power that we get to take advantage of product. Okay, key benefits. We're talking ORAC, and they talked about this in the video. Let's look at the key benefits. It supports the immune system. It increases your energy level. This is a product that my husband, when he's feeling down, he says, I got to get some Olive Viva, and he'll go in and drink a half an ounce to an ounce of Olive Viva. It supports the cardiovascular system. It's a powerful antioxidant with 119,000 ORAC score. It is the most powerful antioxidant juice with a range of other powerful health benefits. 119,000 ORAC. I want to show you a comparison because if you're like me, ORAC doesn't mean a whole lot. When I see how this compares to other things that we're all pretty well aware of, if you look here, you can see that not a 1 ounce serving of Olive Viva has the antioxidant potency of 14 servings of fruits and vegetables. This is that special information because in the video, at the time of the video, it was only 6 ounce servings. It was only 6 servings of fruits and vegetables. We have improved the Olive Viva product. The company has added more high antioxidant values to it through its ingredients, and we are now where 1 ounce of this product is equal to 14 servings of fruits and vegetables. And you guys know how important fruits and vegetables are, and you also know how often we neglect that. So the ORAC value is 378% to 1,137% higher than the competitive juices. Look at this. We've got Olive Viva as compared to wolfberry, mangosteen, acacia. Now that's what Oprah Winfrey's always talking about, or was always talking about, the acacia juice. Noni juice and goji juice. This is powerful. As a functional beverage, Olive Viva stands tall. Let's look at the research on the olive leaf. And this, I just want you to understand the power of this product because of that ingredient, the olive leaf. It is antioxidant, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, anti-yeast, and anti-parasitic. Guys, one thing that maybe you know, maybe you don't. I know a lot of people do. I knew this from years of just living in this world, that we do have parasites that can wreak havoc on the body, and so this product is anti-parasitic in addition to all of the other antis that we all want. We all want to be able to get that on the inside of the body, and this is the product to do it. Okay, now we're going to go to the fourth component of the Core 4 products, and this product is our Vitalo product. And I'm going to let the video do the majority of explanation on here. And this video is actually, you're going to have an opportunity to meet Kevin Young, and he is the Vice President of Advertising and Marketing with RBC Life. He's a great guy, and so we're going to tune into him telling us about this incredible product that is really, this is really what RBC Life began founded on. It's one of their first products.
Well, it's my privilege to talk to you today about a brand new product that we're introducing into the marketplace throughout the world. It is called Vitalo. Vitalo is Clinton Howard's original product. It's made up of several important ingredients, but first let me tell you what it is. It is a superfood, combining plants and plant extracts for their immune support and enhancing properties, and it is nutrients that activate the growth of healthy bacteria in the digestive tract. The key benefits of Vitalo are a powerful support for our immune cell function and our digestive systems. It also supports cellular function with important polysaccharides. Now, what was it formulated to do? Vitalo was expertly formulated to provide the most powerful polysaccharides from the miraculous aloe vera plant and other research-backed plants and extracts. One of the key ingredients, if not the key ingredient, is aloe vera. It comes from the world's best aloe vera farm in Hainan Island in the South China Sea. It's organically farmed and processed with exceptional quality control and the highest level of bioavailable ACE mannan in the world. In 1974, Clinton Howard formed a research laboratory called Carrington Labs. He hired several research scientists to look into the aloe vera plant to find out why it did what it did and what that elusive property was. After 4 years and $23 million, they discovered the key ingredient inside of the aloe vera gel was a polysaccharide, long-chain sugar called mannose. The active ingredient was later named ACE mannan by the AMA. The benefits of mannose are many. Mannose accumulates in and nourishes our large white blood cells called macrophages. It's a vital part of the body's natural immune system, and scientists have discovered that it was the aloe-fed macrophages that actually caused all of the reported benefits attributed to aloe vera. Additional studies conducted by scientists in universities reconfirmed that the mannose polysaccharide found in aloe vera was consumed by macrophages, which in turn activated the other cells that make up the immune system. And today, aloe vera is the #1 requested ingredient in all of healthcare. Whether it's tissue, lotion, shampoo, it's aloe vera, all because one man was curious. Since aloe vera gel contains just 1% mannose, Mr. Howard asked his team at Carrington to develop a way to extract and concentrate the ace mannan or mannose 100 times for maximum support to the immune cells. For his contribution in legitimizing the importance of aloe vera, many now refer to Mr. Howard as Dr. Aloe. Some of the other key ingredients inside of our Vitalo are the maitake mushroom, which is another polysaccharide. Nopal cactus, it supports blood sugar glucose. Beta-1,3-glucan, a unique polysaccharide which activates the immune system. And arabinogalactan, a polysaccharide known to support immune modulation and is also a prebiotic. Astragalus root, known to boost the immune system. And inulin, it's a fructo-oligosaccharide fiber. It's a prebiotic which stimulates the growth of friendly and healthy intestinal bacteria for the support of good colon health. When you think about your cellular structure and the function of your body, each ingredient inside of Vitalo supports specific cellular functions that are vital to the strength of our total immune system. Vitalo is an outstanding product.
All right, Kevin, excellent job. Like I said, he's a nice guy. Let's quickly hit the highlights on this product. The key benefits, it's a powerful support for the immune cell function and digestive systems. We know how important that is. Supports cellular function with important polysaccharides. He talked about that. But what is it? It's this superfood. It has that powerful blend of research-backed ingredients, which all of our products here at RBC Life have research-backed ingredients in them. It supports your immune system like no other product on the market. It really is stellar in that capability. Assists in lowering the cholesterol and reducing plaque in the arteries. It has nutrients in it that stimulate the growth of healthy bacteria in the digestive tract. You know, it's been the last several years where people have begun to recognize the role that probiotics can play in our health. Okay, now, we have available to you not just the Core 4, which includes the 4 products that we've highlighted so far, starting with our StemKine product, that game changer. We also want to share with you another product that RBC Life is very proud to have and is actually has quite a history with, and that's our spirulina product. And let's look at what, now this is the greens that we're talking about, Core 4 plus greens. Spirulina is nature's miracle food. Did you know that this product, which is blue-green algae, this product, people have, in research, people have water and spirulina and they have lived for 7 months without any other kind of food supplement aside from spirulina. And that's incredible. Think about it. Now, what we have here is capsules of spirulina, or tablets, but we also, at the RBC offices, of course, we have it in powder form also. It's low in calories, fat, and sugar. It's high in protein, vitamins, and minerals. It's loaded with phytonutrients. It is nature's perfect food, certified organic. At RBC Life, of course, it's organic. It balances your blood sugar. It has a cleansing effect on the body. It supports your immunity. It is low in calories and cholesterol, 5% fat, 18% carbohydrates. It's rich in glycogen for quick energy. It is a great product. So we have our Core 4 plus greens. Now, a little bit more highlighting. What is stem cell nutrition? Number 1, fertilizing the bone marrow to produce more stem cells. That's that 5th component. Renew and replenish. Protecting the stem cells from free radicals and disease pathogens. Creating a healthy alkaline environment. Helping to get that body pH out of acidosis and into a better pH, a more alkaline pH. Supporting immunity to defend against future damage. Want our systems, our immune systems to be strong to fight off any kind of attack that might come upon it. Providing the nourishment that every one of the 73 trillion cells need. How do we do that? We're going to provide StemKine. We're going to provide microhydrin. It is a revolutionary way to fuel the body's ability to produce more stem cells in our StemKine product. And with our microhydrin product, it's that potent antioxidant that helps to alkalinize the of every cell. And then we're going to bring in our functional beverage, the Oliviva, that synergistic blend of legendary healing. And then we're going to also add to that the Vitalo, superfood that supports immunity, enhances digestion, and benefits circulation. And then we're going to add in our spirulina, which, guys, what that is it's a free product. If you take advantage of the Core 4, we're going to throw in 4 bottles of our spirulina for you to just as a thank you for taking advantage of our offer that we have for you today via this webinar. So the Core 4 plus greens, it's a great foundation for your stem cell nutrition plan. It's all inclusive and all complete. Now, testimonials. People that have taken advantage of the Core 4 plus greens, they report more energy, greater mental clarity, stronger immunity, a reduction or elimination of pain, reduction in allergy symptoms, improved endurance. So here's what our opportunity is today. We want you to take the 90-day challenge. So we have a full month supply that is available to you at a reduced price through RBC Life. And we want you to take advantage of that and then to do that for 90 days. We want you to take advantage of the first month's supply, and then we want you to do that again and again and take our 90-day challenge, because what we want is to get you, no matter where your body is, no matter how great the need is for your body, we want you to get nutrient saturation. And we do that with the Core 4 plus Green Special. And one thing, I want to point this out, and I added this into the slide because I think it's really helpful if when you get started, you start off with 1 extra bottle of StemKine. In other words, instead of just 1 bottle in the Core 4, which comes in the Core 4, we want to encourage you to add 1 more bottle. And the reason is we would like for you in the first month to double your dosage. So here's, and I'll explain that to you. A bottle comes with 60 capsules, and what you typically will take is 1 capsule in the morning, 1 in the evening, every day. With our new, we're starting off with the Core 4, we would like for you that first month to take 2